you are. Been wondering where you've been for the last like 80 days. Glad we didn't lose you. That would have been a real nightmare. Speaking of nightmare, it's Phantom Nightmare sneak peek today. You're just in time. Show us your sick new drip, Peter. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Support your local OTS.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, Shay. We're going pro today.
Yeah, baby. No misplace today, baby. Yeah, wait, boy. Good shit last week, though. I'm on your ass today, boy. Yes, sir. You handsome motherfucker.
Too many people. Too much.
It's 55 people here today.
That's whack. That's nuts. For a sneak peek? Neil, what did you do? Did you tell people this place exists?
No, it was me. You're the one doing that.
Whoa, whoa. Here's your ham. Fine, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting me sign your ham. I got it. Everyone's favorite Millennium employee is Chris John Morales.
I'm break again.
Why are you at table? What's table 10? Are you
It's
guys?
the winner table. Now,
Oh, you're a winner? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot there's 900 people here.
900,000 motherfuckers. See what I'm saying, bro?
Shay!
Sorry, my bad. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You gotta have it with the family, though.
Oh, okay, a little family. Wow. How's it feel being the richest man at Millennium?
Not so good, because I need bonfires.
Yo, Bobby, the new Ashton duelist.
I like it. I think it's good.
You're good.
Thank you.
Marcus Walker, undefeated on the day.
Yeah.
All right.
Look at that boy smile. Goddamn, boy. Smile some more. See them gums.
And in third place, undefeated on the day, Alec Rosario.
Woo! That's my son. That's my son.
5 through 8, Christian Mass,
Woo!
Quentin Williams,
Woo!
Peter,
Woo!
and Brian.
Oh my God, he made it? Wow. That's my guy. Let's go, Peter.
You call me wholesome.
Yeah, let's go.
Promo map.
Oh, yeah. Oh, promo internet?
You know, choose.
Yo, you get more than top 8.
Yes, sir. Me?
Look at them. You're taking pictures. Oh my God. Those are my boys. That's so
We had
cute.
to, man. We had to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Sneak Peek is always an amazing event where so many people show up to see what's on the horizon for Yu-Gi-Oh! Phantom Nightmare brought out 55 players to compete for that top 8 prizing. And as usual, Millennium showed up and showed out. We managed to squeak into that top 8 playing Horus, Orcus, Tearlament, only going X1 throughout the entire day. Ever since Harpor came off the list, we've been cooking it up with our Orcus deck and with our Tearlament deck. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you subscribe because those will be coming soon. So I am glad that we secured prizing. Sneak Peek is more about getting a glimpse into what comes next for Yu-Gi-Oh! Shredding packs with your friends, watching everyone get excited about the new cards, and gearing up to play something new. Today we got to open the new cards, but we didn't quite get to play them. But the good news is though, today, Phantom Nightmare is legal, and because of it, we get to try a brand new strategy. It's still something hot, but maybe a little bit more on the fiery side. Last weekend, Peter got top 8 playing Horus Rescue Ace, and though it's not necessarily my style, the Horus cards are just way too fun, and I can't contain myself. I figured that this could be the perfect bridge between older and newer cards to help us navigate the format and learn a brand new strategy. And there's Peter. As always, I'm not super solid on the deck, but if we do win half of our games, I'll showcase the list later on in the video. But for now, that's enough chatting because we've got some wins to rescue and people to extinguish.
So while it's great that Brian is taking the Millennium approach by playing something new today, I, for the life of me, cannot decide what I want to play this format. So with that being said, it's time to return to Old Faithful. You know it. Everyone copy-pasta it in the comments down below. If my girl in Moye were playing Sword Soul. Little girl Logan would have never guessed that at age 29, she would be playing with worms. But Sword Soul is my favorite deck of all time, a deck that I have no intention of dismantling in the TCG or in Master Duel. And I think it actually stands a really good chance against the current meta of Voiceless and Snake Eyes. It's got an incredibly consistent engine, eats Interruption for breakfast, is just as good breaking boards going second with the Tennies, and has the ability to play whatever hand traps fit the format. It's also one of few decks that I know like the back of my hand. So while I'm not playing something new today, I am going to use Sword Soul as a way for me to figure out how these new decks play and consider today a litmus test. Today the goal is to not go 0-4, and if we can somehow manage to do that with a deck from almost 4 years ago, I will show the full deck profile at the end of the video. Now I know we're not playing Voiceless Voice today, but I am gonna need y'all to pray for me. Here we go.
I won't curse this time, I promise.
What are you doing?
got it. I'm whooping it. with sharks. Oh, you seen it? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You censored yourself. You learned. You learned.
I gotta learn from the GOAT, man. That's Logan, man.
Shut up.
what
You're
I'm
so dumb. This guy straight up just lies on camera.
Bro, don't let her fool y'all, bro. She's good, bro.
I don't know. Sydney, am I good?
Absolutely.
I don't feel good.
I don't know. You're the best player I know.
You got a hot date here at Locals today? You dressed.
Hey, you know, I dress to impress.
You do.
Especially at Locals.
And you do be impressing. I mean, it ain't hard at Locals, but.
100%.
Tell me about this little dude.
If they sleeping on, wait, hold on. First, wait, hold on. Can we? My girl told me she wanted me to be like, hey y'all, it's Chandler Man. So, hey y'all, it's Chandler Man coming at you with another video. I'm showing you guys why this card is the new best card. It's a spell negate that gives follow up on the next turn. If you haven't heard about it, you're gonna get to know. If it's gotta be somebody else on it. If you're on this card, put it in the comments.
Yeah, I think a couple people might be playing Voiceless Voice, believe it or
no,
not.
but the pendulum guy, the pendulum.
All right.
Yeah, the pendulum.
All right, all my Odd Eyes Voiceless players, please make yourself known for Chan the Man. This is for a survey.
I just want to see.
Round 1, baby, and it feels so good to be back. And for the first time in a long time, literally, we've won the dice roll, and our hand is crazy. As this is my first ever run with the deck, my instincts tell me to just feel out for hand traps and go from there. So we normal summon a Hydrant, it eats a Veiler, and then we follow up with King Sarcophagus, and I'm already starting to see some of the synergies. I now get to send an Airlifter from my hand to the graveyard off of our King Sarcophagus, just so we can send a Horus name to the graveyard, so that I can then banish it with Preventer, and then once we spend the Preventer, we can bring back the Airlifter, all just achieving combos and multiple pluses. I'm already getting a glimpse of why this deck is so powerful. And speaking of trying to get a glimpse, we try to get a glimpse of our opponent's deck with Zombie Vampire to mill some cards. Unfortunately, that eats an imperm, but that's totally fine because like every other Rescue Ace player, we opened Turbulence. After setting up almost full board through 2 different hand traps, we pass over to our opponent and they're playing a deck that we are all too familiar with. They normal summon Pascalis, and this is the Marincess double summon. We know that this is a choke point, so we are instantaneously negating this. On resolution, we also extinguish the name to try to get it off the board because we know that this is a deck that needs names to function and play the game. Feels a little bad to spend 2 cards for 1 body, however, we do know that this is a normal summon reliant deck, and getting rid of their first name literally puts them on better habit. And they do! The Monster Reborn, literally not even the Marincess Monster Reborn, I'm talking Yami Yugi Monster Reborn. Luckily, we have a Hydrant on the field and a set rescue, so we can just yoink that name right out of grave, and that rounds up game 1. We are very familiar with this deck, so we board in our Nibiru's and we do see them, which rounds up game 2. We're able to clear the token, establish enough damage while ensuring we have follow-up, and we get to make Princess for the very first time. We take round 1 with a swift 2-0, and I know that even though we're playing a fire deck and our opponent's playing a water deck, sometimes the flames just get too out of hand and the fire consumes the waves. I do believe that that's how Steam's born, and it's a little foggy in here because you know what? We smoked them round 1. But it could just be beginner's luck, so let's stay alert and head into round 2.
The 04 dream is dead. Sorry, so-so. Round 1, we played against Kyle, who is easily one of the best players here at Millennium. He just recently got 3rd place at a regional, playing tier limit no less, so Kyle is a formidable foe. But Kyle is not on tier today. Kyle is on Voiceless Voice. I have not a gosh dang clue what this deck does, and on top of it, we lost the die roll and opened 0 hand traps. So we spent game 1 watching Kyle play Solitaire, which was actually pretty good because I was able to see how the deck flows and where we needed to choke the following game. Going into game 2, I learned that Voiceless Voice is not excluded from the ritual curse of bricking, because Kyle scooped as soon as I summoned Baron on my turn 0. We didn't even get to his turn, he scooped. After he scooped game 2, Kyle showed me what his hand was, and it was 3 of the barrier spell. That's rough, buddy. So we roll on into game 3, and I open probably one of the best hands that Sword Soul can open. Incredible, if you will. And Kyle starts off with a normal summon of Diviner. This tells me 2 things, and I have a 50-50 shot. Either Kyle's hand is awful and he needs the Diviner to resolve, or he's absolutely baiting me and knows that Diviner is a hot button card that people will interact with so that then his low doesn't get impermed later on. On top of that, unfortunately for me, Kyle has the best poker face on all of Perlarino, so we can't read him to save our life, so we just have to go with our gut. We imperm the Diviner and pray. Kyle passes his turn. The clouds part. Ecclesia and Taya look up at me from my hand and say, "Mother, take him to church. Show them who the real low is." And needless to say, we left Kyle speechless. There can only be one low in this locals, and it's me, baby. Low gang, baby, 1-0. Let's see if we can find some fire and put him out. was really corny, I'm sorry. Moye, best deck. Good Para!
How are you?
Missed you! You weren't here for sneak peek, it was very weird.
I was in the lake.
You were plunging.
I was.
Was it cold?
Yeah, it was.
Was
Went
it
in
worth it?
with the bear grippers.
Alex, why every time I come over you have like an empty board? Like, what is going on?
You're coming at the wrong time, Snow. Standing for them.
My son.
All right, Sneaky Snake, how are you doing with the Sneaky Snakes?
They're doing the thing that they were intended to do. They're snaking. They sometimes become birds. They sometimes become bigger birds for some reason.
It's an interesting zoo you got there.
Yep, they become a fire lady who makes more birds.
So we made it to round 2, but duty still calls, so we have to extinguish our next opponent. So once again, we win the roll and we set up full board, but we try to play a little bit smarter just in case our opponent has hand traps, so we make SP before we do anything else. This ensures that something like a Veiler, an Imperm, or a Nib will just trade with the SP and we get our board back at the end phase. Thankfully that doesn't happen, so we just pass on over and our opponent gets to play. Turns out they're actually playing a deck that I've really been fond of in our spare time, which is Adventure Scareclaw. They normal summon the Astra and immediately we know that this is once again a normal summon deck, so we just extinguish the normal summon and get the body off the board. They chain the One of Straddle, which is a card that I did not know Scareclaw builds were on. We just chain the SP once again to remove the body, and as we predicted, with no access to names, the game 1 ends. Game 2, we experience our first Rescue Ace brick. We open Happy, double Turbulence, a copy of Talent, and Preventer. And what do we top for turn? Another Talents. This locals I'm trying to test out board breakers versus hand traps because the format isn't really defined, so we're trying to see what we like, but double Talent is definitely not it. Game 3, we don't open super optimally, and to top it off, we get nibbed. We pass with the Prayer, a nib token, and a little ace up our sleeve, but it's not a rescue ace, it's a rock. Or a ticking time bomb, depending on how many times you summon. Our nib comes down at the perfect time and saves us. We're able to take the game on the crackback. This one was a little bit more dicey than round 1. However, I'm really glad that we had nib to turn the tides into our favor, and I'm really starting to already see the value of hand traps. This is really something to consider as we move into the upcoming format. However, as we move into the upcoming round, let's look forward to our next win.
Hi team, so for round 2, quick recap, I played against Christian, who was on Galaxy Eyes. Now, one of the cool things about, playing an older deck is sometimes you can catch your opponent off with a left field strategy. However, Galaxy Eyes in 2024 doesn't have a whole lot of new stuff going for it. He ended on Photon Lord Pass going first. Needless to say, we took game 1 pretty swiftly, and game 2 didn't end up that much differently. I didn't even get to pitch Long Yun. I think I summoned it and then he scooped. It's actually pretty funny. So we won round 2, which is pretty great. So we're 2-0 going into round 3. I'm feeling a little confident, but I also just beat like Galaxy Eyes. So I'm trying to stay humble. But let's see if there's any fires we can put out these next rounds.
What's good, y'all? It's Chandler Man, TCG. I just lost my last round. I played against Figs. He hit me with a silent graveyard mid-combo.
Ah, yes. My favorite part in 2024.
Can't do nothing about it. So I'm on one first day on the deck and paper.
That's all right. It's a new format. Everyone's learning, and no one's out here being like, oh, what the hell? Everyone's on new stuff.
Exactly.
Today is a learning day.
Learning. So I'll see you around 3.
All these new cards, and then there's Hector on cash.
The sneaky snakes have finally slithered their way into my path. We won against Arroyo in his Rescue Ace Snake Eye deck. Snakes! The Rattlesnake. These games were long. This match was endless. And that was expected because, well, a new set just dropped, a lot of new cards just dropped, the meta is completely different, and everyone's learning their decks. And while I know Yu-Gi-Oh players don't read, we do still want to make a valiant effort and try not to screw up as much as possible. With that being said, I fold game 1 because Arroyo sets up full board through three interruptions. And now I have to reverse sweep or die. Game 2 is 20 minutes of grind. We spend a lot of time reading each other's cards and making sure our chains resolve properly. But one of my favorite things about Sword Soul is its ability to outgrind, outlast, and survive. Ooh. I want you to put the ooh. And a well-timed Nibiru never hurt anyone either. I didn't know rocks could put out fires, but I think Nibiru might be the MVP today. Most valuable boulder is a rock. Seriously though, I end up playing through a late game evenly, and knowing that Arroyo is on no cards in the hope of a top deck, I could see his spark was dwindling, so I chose to keep my Chenging on the board so that he would be punished no matter what he did and protect myself in the process. Good news is, he top decks nothing and scoops. Hi Charmander, so game 3 we start with 8 minutes on the clock, and while these were some of the best games I played all day, I knew I needed to win these games, and in order to do that, I had to unleash some fire of my own. No, it's not Charmander. Time gets called in my main phase 1. I push through Arroyo's full fire board. I get to Longyuan. I synchro summon for Baron, and I burn for 1200, winning the match. Winning in time is not my favorite way to win. It actually feels pretty awful. But one of the advantages of Sword Soul is that it doesn't lose in time. It actually profits. It definitely comes down to a better Havoc kind of moment with Longyuan, but in this case, I did, and we had to beat fire with fire. Arroyo really made me fight for my life, and I enjoyed the hell out of my games with him. But we've still got one more round, and I feel like the fire is just getting started. We're 3-0, baby. Time to set your hearts ablaze. Oh my god. This boy just gave me a run for my money. Oh my god.
Gotta go back to the fires. You're a fire.
You did it. You were great. Honestly, deck's crazy. You're cooking.
Thank you. Thank
But
you.
it's okay. I had Mojang, you know, water, fire. It's okay. I had to extinguish you today, but
That dragon scared me. No, that water dragon scared me.
that big old drag guy, my Adamantipator card. Peter, did you win?
Yes, I did.
Good job.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
All right, Chan, you're gonna win this round, right?
Yes. Stay tuned, because you know I'm playing a formidable opponent, but we might get there. You never know. You see, this match says champion, so just be careful. I'm on my I got my guard up, so we'll see.
You got it. I believe it. I'm playing AJ round 4. I don't know what's going on. AJ? I'm playing AJ?
I'm playing AJ.
I'm playing AJ.
You're playing AJ. I don't know where AJ is.
Hey, AJ? Angelo? It's you and me. Oh my god, yeah, come on over. I just smoked your deck, so.
Heading into round 4 undefeated, and of course the inevitable happens. We have to play Peter. Not only is he one of the best players at Mills, but he also inspired me to pick up this deck and try it out today. So I think it's safe to say that he knows this deck a little bit better than I do. But good news is, Peter is not playing Rescue Ace today, he's playing the new Snake Eye cards. Peter wins the dice roll, so game 1 he does get to go first. However, we opened Impulse, which means that we get to summon the plane from the deck as soon as he activates a monster effect, and then try to dig for non-engine. Though we did find some, it unfortunately turns on the talents in Peter's hands, and let's say his reaction is priceless.
Look at him. My god. This guy got... Man, thinking.
He rips the only Rescue Ace name out of our hand and manages to clear the fire attacker, leaving us on only non-engine. We do top Hydrant, however, it's not enough to establish a board and establish some interruption, so on the crackback, Peter takes game 1. In all honesty, it's probably my inexperience with the deck combined with not fully knowing what Peter's cards do, but we do head into a game 2, where my inexperience does show, and unfortunately, I missequence some of my action. I'm trying to play around cards like Imperm and Nib. In doing so, I just walked straight into an Ash Blossom. I was under the impression that a lot of people were dropping Ash from their list for this format because of Hida and then the easy access to making Princess. This unfortunately does end game 2 and ends the match, but if anyone was going to extinguish our flame, I'm glad it was Peter. We might not have 4-0'd, but 3-1 is pretty damn good for our first outing with the deck. And speaking of, here's the list as promised to what we played today. Even though we lost our last round, we still learned a lot today, and I learned that this deck, though fun and very interactive, is not really my playstyle, and that's okay. It's okay to try something new and experiment. I'm not usually a fan of trap decks, but I tried to push myself today and play something a little bit out of my comfort zone, and I'm really glad that I did. I learned to play in situations that I don't normally find myself in. I also learned the value of hand traps and what I thought was going to be a board breaker format, and watching Peter play the Snake Eyes deck, I think I know what we're gonna play for the next episode. It's so great to be back, and we just wanted to say thank you to everyone who was patient with us while we moved and got settled in. I know y'all have missed this, and trust us, we have too, but next month is March, and you know what March is? My birthday month, so winning is not an option, it's my destiny. And my birthday this year is on Easter, so I'm gonna hop my way to victory.
What a beautiful gift it is to play against AJ.
Hey.
He doesn't get to play in Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments very often because he is the, well, Yu-Gi-Oh manager here at Millennium. But he took today off just to test his brand new Snake Eye Horus Rescue Ace deck. And I had the pleasure of absolutely crushing his dreams. as all best friends do, of course. To be fair though, game 1, AJ makes a fatal error. I have a fully established Sword Soul board with 2 set back row. Could be anything. And AJ makes the mistake of putting his King Sarcophagus right in my imperm column, and well, I'll imperm target. Lock that shit up. Right into that column.
Ooh, neato.
It's a true Yu-Gi-Oh moment, but unlike Master Duel, these columns don't glow. And game 2 begins just as fast as game 1 started. For game 2, I am in the Troll Despair seat as AJ goes full combo going first, and I don't have imperm for the turbulence. So now it's my turn to scoop after not being able to put a dent in his own board on my turn. Our turn now. Now let me set the scene for game 3. I have Drool and full Sword Soul combo in hand. Everything is on the line, and I have to hope that AJ plays into... Bro, you're punting, don't do that. Excuse me? It would seem that AJ had the same problem that Brian did in one of his earlier rounds. Too many cooks in the kitchen, and the fire got out of control. He bricked. I genuinely thought AJ was throwing for content. But as you can see by his hand, it wasn't a bluff. His hand was pee pee poo poo, no fire for you. I think as the format settles, people will figure out what engine works with Snake Eye best. I personally am a fan of the pure version and think that's the most optimal way to play it. But today was everyone taking their baby steps into a bright new world. A world that is apparently up in flames, on fire, and needs a Promethean princess to save it. But I'm no damsel, and I couldn't be more proud of how Moye and friends performed today. No drowning here, folks. We're swimming. We won! We went 4-0 against AJ.
Destroyed me.
Just AJ.
Yeah.
Wow, we matched today. I didn't even notice that. Look at that. We're matching. That's crazy. Wow.
I called this morning. Don't pretend I didn't.
Coordinating. Oh my god. But yeah, Moye, best girl. If my girl and Moye are both drowning, you better know I am revealing worms in my hand and synchro summoning Chi Xiao. But yeah, we played against 2 Rescue Ace decks today with the Sinful, Fire, Poppy, Dot deck. We played against 1 Voiceless Voice, which was Kyle round 1, which we didn't get on camera, but was actually really good. Round 2, we played against Galaxy Eyes, which, you know, there's always something left field happening at locals, but we went 4-0 today. Absolutely great. I love seeing that Sword Soul can still perform in 2024, which is hilarious. This deck is crazy. I honest to God, thought I was going 0-4 today with Sword Soul against the meta of Phantom Nightmare. Literally did not think we were getting beyond round 1 without dropping. So I'm really happy. I hope you've stuck it out. If you've stuck it out, we're gonna open my prize packs in just a jiffy. How'd you do today, Shay?
2-2.
Bro, what? Every time we do this, you're like, I
Who's
went
still Ibby locking though?
Who's Ibly locking?
I mean, not Ibby. What's that card? Level 2. You know what the card is.
Ibly.
Ibly, yeah.
Same employee, how'd you do? Oh my god, yo, me too! If my girl and Moye.
With Sword Soul.
With Sword Soul. If my girl and Moye are both, whoa, zoomed in. Drowning! Catch me revealing worms in my hand.
Crack.
Crack. Wow, this looks so weird up here. Yeah, one of the rare occurrences where we actually plussed off of our prize packs.
What you mean, Logan?
Extremely rare.
Okay, go.
How you doing, Chan? Me and TCG.
I played the Voiceless Voice today. I went X1. I had some good matches today, but actually this deck feels really good. I opened my packs. I pulled an Iron Thunder. So, yeah, we're doing great. But yeah, man, the deck feels really good. I'm excited to actually get good with it. I don't really play real decks like that. So
yeah, I was gonna say this is very rare for you. Like this is new, but it's good. It's growth, baby. It's growth.
Good. This card, I'm telling you, I don't care what nobody says. This card is the truth. This card is the truth. So if somebody's hating,
they're just haters.
You're hating. This card is nice. No. So yeah, definitely one of my favorite cards of the day. It really stood out. The deck feels good, so we'll see how next time goes.
I love that. Proud of you, Chan. As promised, we did not go 0-4. Somehow we went 4-0 with a deck that I didn't think held a candle to the meta. And so here's the list. While I love Sword Soul and truly think this is one of the sickest decks Konami has ever printed, I do want to learn a new deck for this format. I don't want to become complacent. I want to grow and adapt, and while Brian did take the plunge today, I need your help to decide what I will be playing next episode and potentially for the format. So comment below if you would like me to play Snake Eye or Voiceless Voice. Whichever one gets the most comments, likes, or whatever is the one that I will be featuring in the next episode. My fate is in your hands, team. If you have any questions, make sure you drop them in the comment section down below, and make sure you check out our Patreon where you can see both of our full side decks as well as some additional content, and you can support the channel. It means the world. Appreciate you, love you, you matter. Sword Soul best deck, Moye is the best.
We're literally the same height. He has a ponytail and he thinks, oh man.
Oh, who, this bum? This bum?
Yeah. It's not a
pony. Yeah, no.
Look at my pony. I'm like 4 inches tall.
I'll pull the footage up. I got at least a 1/4 inch on you, bro. That's
Cat.
That's all.
Cat. Your shoulders are just super high, or you got a short neck.
Back to back.
Oh, we're the same height then.
Comment section, who's taller? You are the jury.
We're the same height.
I do not tell you this, Chris. I think Brian's way taller.
Ooh, way.
Way.
Oh,
I don't want. These people suck.
Yeah, this is terrible.
Why do I come here? Oh, wait, I work here?
I'm unsubbing.
Damn.
Today.
He's a cold-hearted snake. Look into his eyes. Uh-oh, he's been telling lies. Okay, we're done. Bye.